Hi there, Alec from VacuumSpot. I'm going to show you how to do a quick repair on a Dyson DC19. This one has a problem that cord is just not retracting. It also doesn't go, but at the moment we're just going to fix the retract and then I'll do a second video, I assume, on the motor. So, take the bin off, take the filter cover off and get rid of your filter. Pop up the inlet filter cover, move that aside, and now we've just got to remove this cover. We're just going to pop a screwdriver down the side there and just lever it out slightly, and that'll come off too. Okay, now the wheels. You just get the screwdriver in between the wheel and the housing, and they come off with a little bit of force. Same on this side. Okay, from here it's pretty easy. Alright, so all the screws need to come off. There's two on either side and a couple right in the middle. Okay. This machine is as close to a DC08 as you'd like to get. Slightly different filters. I think the Reassembly is a bit of a different design, but really this is just a DC08 with a small update. That screw in there is the tricky one that a lot of people miss. And there's one more up here. Okay, so a total of 6 screws, and now the back just comes straight off. Okay, so I'm removing the retract, but what I really want to do is just be able to disconnect it. So the first part is I'm doing this little cord clamp. That's part one. And now the switch has to come out too to get access to the second part. Alright, I was hoping to avoid the motor coming out, but there we go. Alright, so this should pull back through. Okay, so now we've got the cord retract completely separate. Going to grab a new cord retract. The original part number is 904031-35. Wow, this is very well wrapped. Look at that. Able to resell that packaging? Maybe not. Alright, so there we go. Now we've got to get the cord back through here. So what we're going to have to do, this little surround here, that's got to come out. Now it's a bit tricky, but what you've got to do is push. I think this might require a screwdriver. There we go. There's a clip here and one at the top, but you push in the bottom clip and that allows it to come out. But for the sake of not having to actually pull that all through, and now what we need to do here is undo the cord reel and just let out about 1 metre. Okay, so that goes through the housing. Then this has got a little crack. So you open that up, and now to put it back in, the top clip goes in first, and then oh, as you can see, this is not 100% easy. And looking from the inside, give that a turn, it's got to be in the middle. There we go. So it should be all smooth around the outside. Okay, now to the job proper. What we have to do now is wire the switch back up, so we're going to feed our connector back through. And now let the switch sit back in, just like that. And our other connector joins the spade. And into that little housing. So this just sits in here, so it's out of the way. And then the rest of it we just tuck in to these little guides. Okay, so now's the only tricky part really. You notice there's a tongue here that slides into this groove down there, and I've found with these that they just don't like to sit. Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to undo this, give myself a little bit more black lead here. Okay. Okay, so now I can look down the side and I can see that it's sitting down there. I'm just going to tuck my leads in as much as I can. And at this point, what I've got to do is tilt the machine up and slip the back door on. And this is where it can be a little tricky. So it's just tipping it up. The last time I did this, I had to do this tipping up process 3 or 4 times to get it to sit square. And I think I'm in that same boat again. Okay. Alright, so my problem just now wasn't the retractor, it was actually the motor wasn't sitting in properly, and that's now got seated right at the base. So hopefully it's closer, but unfortunately no cigar just yet. I will figure this out one day as to what it is that causes it to be just so fussy. Okay. Okay. Oh, so close. But there is something. There we go. Okay. Little bit of a jiggle and we're away. So now, quickly replace our screws. At this point we can check that the retract has moved itself a little bit. So, that's a real shame. But what's happened, this little plate has not been seated 100% correctly. Oh, because I was a duffer and had it in upside down, so the gap goes towards the top. That's my bad. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we're all smooth around the outside, and we can actually start to put these screws in. And a retract zips back in properly. Okay. Just 2 screws left on either side now. Alright, okay, so from here it's good. Okay, the wheels literally just press on, like so. Filter cover is just a matter of positioning him like so. Inlet filter in and on. Exhaust filter in. Now just be careful when we're pushing this back in, because this little door can be a bit fragile over time. So we just press that down as light as we can. And that is done. Now I'm not going to turn it on because the motor is actually burnt out. I'm going to do another video in just a moment. But that is how to change a cord retract on a DC19. Great tips from Alec at VacuumSpot. If this was helpful, please hit subscribe or like. Thanks.